resumed.
When they've got everything settled.
Yep, just checking to see if their pick orders are set, and we should be back to live. So, welcome back, folks. We are going to be switching up our casting look a little bit for Game 2 here. Going to be myself, Tree, and my Wang coming into this next game. Wang, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well tonight. I'm excited to see these two teams play again after watching Sharkbeat win that last game, and Thomas the Dank Engine played last week. I think we should have a very interesting long game again on our hands.
So yeah, here we go. Right away into draft for this Game 2. So, curious to see what Dank Engine change up, because I feel like they're going to have to change something after the way that first game went. Because so far in these playoffs, Sharkbait have done a great job of making their opposition look like WCF in every match.
As somebody who had to painfully sit through 3 games last week of Thomas the Dank Engine, I feel like
Sharkbait. You watched Sharkbait last week?
Oh, Sharkbait. I apologize. Wow, I can't. I mixing up these two teams. Watching Sharkbait last week, it was pretty painful to see two teams look like WCF play each other.
All right, so that Ari's going to be taken off the board here. That's the one change. And Sharkbait going to use their first pick overall on Sivir, which has really been a big part of their comp, so I'm not too surprised. And drastically different bot lane coming out of Dank Engine to start this Game 2 here. We've got Graves and Morgana coming. I believe the first time this season for both of those players. Followed up by Failed Destiny on Braum and a Dub Drum most likely taking Wukong yet again. So, Sharkbait in a good position as a team.
Do you think that Madam Strip's going to go with this Yasuo? It's a huge counterpick to the Gnar, if he can play it right. He did play it in the 1v1 tournament at the UW Stout tournament a few weeks ago. I believe he said that was his first time Yasuo, and I don't think I've seen any games in his history of it yet.
Yeah, this would definitely feel like a Madam Strip thing to do. Just be like, hey
yeah,
guys,
what the fuck?
Yasuo.
We're playing Yasuo right now. And he locks it in.
So Yasuo, and then Vivrant going to take Victor with the last pick for Sharkbait. But a very solid comp coming out of Sharkbait. I really like the comp. You know, you've got another nice Sivir comp. Yasuo obviously loves to go fast. And Victor can do some nice things when he's being sped up as well. In addition to just being such a great all-around pick right now. So very curious to see what Thrifty Senpai chooses to bust out in this mid lane with the last overall.
I mean, he really has his pick of the litter of anything that he wants. Pick up a Azir here. He could that Lux, Vigar. There's so many good mid lanes right now, and I would assume that Thrifty could. Oh, the bird. It's the word.
Okay. That is going to be a pick in the mid lane. That is going to be Thrifty Froggen.
I actually really like this pick coming out from Thrifty Senpai because of the Yasuo and Wukong. I really think it helps stops those melee champions from coming in and adds a little bit of disruption to that.
Yeah, I like it in fights. The only real worry with Anivia is that she's so susceptible early in the game if her team can be forced under pressure. Obviously, we saw Expecke play this versus TSM at Worlds, and the strength in that situation was TSM is traditionally very, very bad at forcing anything to happen in the early phases of the game, which lets Anivia just scale for free into her power spike. So Sharkbait is going to need to force some things early on to be effective here.
Yeah, I really think Sharkbait's key. And the cleanse switching at the last second for Vivaret. I actually don't know if I like that. You get the Morgana. All right, yeah, I do like it. I think the key time for Sharkbait to really pressure that Anivia is between that like the 7 and 15-minute mark. While Anivia's still stacking up huge mana items. She has her ultimate, but it's still going without blue buff. She really can't do much until she scales into the game and then becomes this monster. Their early pressure. Victor is not a great 1v1 kill Anivia early, especially through the egg. That's going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, this should turn into a complete free farm lane in this mid lane, outside of the jungler interventions.
Well, even with the jungler intervention, I mean, like, we look over at Wukong. Wukong is not a great ganker. Why I really said that, like, 6-7 to, like, 11-15, or time limit / levels, is Wukong is not, like, he really can't gank very well without red buff before level 6. So you really don't see a lot of those effective ganks coming in.
I like that Anivia pick so much because in a silver comp, when the engage is to ult and run in, it sucks when you run into a wall.
Or a slow field, or an easy to hit stun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on Alice to play it well, though. Obviously, Anivia, not something I expect he's been playing a ton of lately. And Anivia is one of the more mechanically complex champions.
I know
for
he's
an
at
old
least
champion.
put a couple games into it recently. I have played a couple games with him where he's been that Anivia. So it's not like he's just going, oh, Anivia is a good pick here without practicing it at all.
Anivia also has not changed dramatically in like the time that I have been playing League of Legends, which is pretty much since season 1. She is still effectively the same champion. She hasn't had major reworks, and this is a champion that Thrifty Senpai leveled on. This is something that I feel like I share with Thrifty, is that we both played a ton of Anivia games from level 1 to 30, and I think that muscle memory is going to come back pretty easily to him.
Yeah, you and Thrifty Senpai really share a lot. You know, you leveled as Anivia, you shit the bed in every BCL game you play.
So
there you folks have it. There's the Anivia breakdown. The rest of these teams,
it doesn't
one
matter.
team running the same comp as what they ran last game. The other team running a bunch of shit they haven't played all season. Should be fun, folks.
I'm excited to see this Gnar too on Wind. He's played a very good Gnar.
I very much like on the Wind's Gnar. It's not a good matchup for him, but I think he should be much more comfortable on the champion, and that should be an advantage for him. So if he can force some outplays on Madam Strip, that could be very huge in this game. By the way, one other thing we did not touch on, but you might have noticed, is that Thrifty Senpai is running Teleport. So this is a double TP comp for TDE.
Yeah, and that's mostly because Anivia just uses so much mana and her early laning is a little hard, especially with her slow moving autos. That TP early game especially is to keep her up in farm, keep her at least even. Same deal with Vigar, because normally, as I'm pretty sure the casters for Worlds have said, you don't need Ignite to kill on Vigar. So you don't have to worry about not bringing it, so you're free to take Teleport.
I actually just did a quick op.gg of Madam Stripe's games, and Madam Stripe does have one Yasuo game 14 days ago, and that he went 4, 11, and 11 on, and lost.
Well, for some people, there's no thing like crunch time.
And that was a custom game too. Like some sort of in-house custom.
Seems pretty manly. We'll see.
Oh, wait a minute. No, that was against Swift's team.
Oh yeah, that was the SBL game that they lost. But
Yep.
Yeah, so versus us.
Yep.
Very infamous game. I recall it very vividly. I made him look. I believe I made him look like a sorry ass top laner in that one.
And if you can make him look like a sorry-ass top laner, think of what the On the Wind is going to do to that man's asshole.
Probably a little less because I'm a better top laner than On the Wind, but let's not get into any side rants here.
It's amazing the lies we can tell ourselves.
Speaking of those 12-inch dicks, On the Wind started with a cloth armor and 5 pots here, so he's definitely respecting this matchup. And Thrifty Senpai, he could watch Dubdrum walk out of his jungle here. Damn! I got my hopes up on that one.
The sincerity you delivered that line with, beautiful.
Oh, Thrifty Senpai.
BM. He's just dancing, dude. Just let the man dance.
No, this is serial match right here. Semifinals. Thomas the Dank Engine versus Team Sharkbait. HooHa.
Ooh ha ha.
Yeah, whoever wins this best of 5 will determine who has to bring their fucking A game or get wrecked by Team Salt Shaker next week, or possibly the week after.
Alright, so game starts. Looks like both bot lane's gonna leash for their junglers, both top lane's gonna start in the top lane. And this is what I like. Some good old no bullshit Silver League starts. I really want to get like the NFL Red Zone multi-broadcast going right here, so I can watch top and mid lane and just ignore the bot lane because I'm so excited to see both of those.
Maybe that's what we need for next BCL season or SBL season. That red zone.
BCL Red Zone? That would require multiple teams to make plays at the same time.
It's happened a couple of times.
Yeah, I remember the game I was casting 2 or 3 weeks ago where they didn't stop. I believe you were playing that one, Swift.
I don't know. I lose track. This season was kind of a blur of sadness. Well, it's not a blur of sadness. It's this big trade going down in the bot lane. Salvo and Zaku trading on a lane that's a level up and winning.
Oh, stun out in mid.
I would actually expect to see very much trading going on, at least for a couple more levels here.
This is the red zone action that we needed. Like, we could have seen both that trade and that stun at the same time.
Guys, Spectator Client pretty much is NFL Red Zone. It cuts to wherever the action is for you.
The revelation Swift has been getting. Nar, On the Wind actually going in as Nar, but not able to do anything with that. He actually gets chunked out way harder.
Yeah,
He took a lot of minion damage. He did not respect that.
Very uncharacteristic of On the Wind, but he's got a lot of health pots. He could take a lot of bad trades and not give a damn. And for the first gank of the game, potentially, we see On the Wind coming into this top lane over a ward. But he's still got a nice angle onto Madam Strip here. He's jumping in. He's knocking down. And Madam Strip's going to flash out of this one.
Yeah, and one of his team was actually thinking that he was there for him, but he reacted too slowly and had to use a flash to get out of there.
Yeah, that was just a sorry-ass play from a sorry-ass top laner.
I actually do feel Madam Stripe has been very underwhelming the last few weeks of the SBL.
Would you think that he's been playing like a sorry-ass top laner?
I would say sorry-ass top laner. Maybe he should drink less and play League more.
We do have Wukong down here.
That Dank Engine needs to be worried about Sharkbait won their game one, which is always the game that Dub Drum is hired.
Busy and busy,
for.
they're going
but
in.
Meanwhile, Dub Drum going in, a lot of damage, and a flash out of Zaku before a fourth auto goes off. Really smart flash from him. Meanwhile, Devout Mouth going to try to make a play, and where was that Q going? That was not good.
Someone needs to inform Milk that you can set a secondary bind to both place and jump to a ward.
Well, regardless, they did get a flash. No, sorry, they did not get a flash. I'm looking at the wrong person here. So, overall, just a slight CS lead in the mid lane for Vivaret. And nothing else really going on this map yet.
Yeah, attempted fights, and actually,
Madden Strip
Stripe
actually
might be
taking
in
a
bit
lot of
danger.
damage here. Remember, he does not have a flash to get out of this. On the win, looking for the chunk out, and that's a lot of damage, and a ding-dong dow. 4 on the win on this Gnar in a losing matchup.
I just can't believe that Stripe did not beat after he got ganked. He had the flash, he could have gotten full health and then engaged the fight versus Gnar at level 6 and probably won that lane right there. Instead he sticks in lane and
now
loses to Gnar.
dead.
and he comes out with the Average Blade special as well.
Yeah, and just like last game, we see most of the early game kills going top lane to 1v1 fights.
If Stripe cannot win the Yasuo and Gnar matchup, what matchup could he win?
Maybe we should give him Teemo versus Garen next game.
Hey, if this was played one patch later, Teemo would get that awesome buff.
Thank goodness.
We'll have it for the finals.
So while there was a decent amount of chunking going on bot lane for Salvo, he was taken fairly low.
Oh,
but
on
actually,
the win is a bit of danger here.
About to go Mega Gnar though, that would be very risky too. Gage on.
yeah, and now both bot lanes having gone back here are going to pick up the things. And we do see a BF sword this time. I'm so proud of him.
Maybe he watched the last game.
Now on the win
Good
going
ult.
in, he uses the ult. No stun going to be given with that, but he's getting phase procs for days here, but a nice dodge on the boulder. That should stop this fight from going any further.
Oh, that could have been very bad if he had hit that and ulted him, and with that free armor pen it gives you, that's a lot of damage that would have been going on him.
Amulet's going to have a nice health advantage for a little bit here while those health pots tick on Madam Strip. And perhaps more importantly, first blue of the game going over to Thrifty Senpai. The Eagle has landed this mid lane.
Yeah, it's about to get real hard to push on him. Anivia with blue does not give a shit what you want to do with your wave. Still not much actual fighting, just poking going on bottom. Neither, both playing defensive supports. Obviously, both do have that option to engage, but it's not as easy as other supports do. So, not surprising to not see any actual fights going on here. Narbar is about to go off. Yeah, just very slow lanes in general, except for that first blood top. Most of the lanes are super close in CS as well. And more minor fights going top. Stripe able to use that shield to his advantage and come out a little bit ahead.
Yeah, that was a nice fight from Stripe. He didn't actually take a single point of damage during that exchange.
On the
Well,
win though,
gonna
has a
take
ton
off.
of pots.
Yeah,
Like he
pots for days. And Stripe actually picked up the Average Blade, so he just wants to farm. He just wants to stay up here and, you know, not necessarily going for that kill right
I
away.
want to know, both junglers are showing up in the top lane. A flash out of Dubdrum on the way jumping out, but it's not going to be enough. He gets killed for his flash. Now Devout trying to run for his life out of this fight, but he's taking a lot of damage. A double kill for Yasuo.
Yeah, I don't know if that was just an overall better engage or if it just took them too long to get into that fight, but overall, wards. Dum bit of shit talk.
I'm not sure what he was shit talking. I don't think there were any wards anywhere around that.
Yeah, Dum went through lane. There would have been no way that Nar could have warded it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Milk didn't walk over anything either. They just were a little flashier with their engage.
Yeah.
And got a nice early kill. And so much for any advantage on the win had in this tough matchup top lane.
Yeah, he was playing very well 1v1, but once like both junglers were there, it's just their invade was, or not invade, sorry, their engage was just better. Everywhere else though, it's pretty close to even, like 9 CS difference mid, but that's not that much. That can change in 1 minion wave when someone goes back to base.
Yeah, this top lane is just too derpy for me. Mavtrip comes back, gets a double kill, and now Onduin going in. He ults Mavtrip against the wall. There's a nice stun. The bolt
Lots
going
of
down.
damage.
Mavtrip flashes out, and the wind wall gonna be enough to save him. But that's a recall forced, and Mavtrip's gonna probably have to lose his teleport to get back to lane, which will give Dank Engine a nice TP advantage. They might be able to turn into a first dragon in this match.
Yeah, and yeah, it's either teleport or lose a ton of CS and your tower, maybe. Unless On the Wind doesn't push it.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to use that chance to go drop ward that he doesn't have. Yeah, I don't know what he wanted to do there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That could have
Did
been
he just try
free
to-
damage on that
Did
tower.
he just try to juke a ward? Like walk down the
Maybe-
river like he was warning so that Strip would call out a ward that's not there? But in the meantime,
Maybe-
Dum coming in this mid lane, and Thrifty sent by going to immediately respect Flash.
Yeah, wanting none of that. We do see wards starting to be fought over at this dragon, so expect to see that be fought for very soon here.
Yeah, by the way, in case anyone missed it, Madam Strip did not have to blow a teleport to get back to this top lane.
We do see pings on wards, everyone just alerting. Oh, that might be the dragon call.
Yeah, Thrifty Senpai
Thrifty
jumped up, but he does have
low.
the teleports.
Immediately
But
being
on
canceled.
the wind cancels, I think Madam Strip got a long-range tornado off there. It's a very nice play. Now, Madam Strip's going in. He's a level down, but he doesn't give a damn. Madam Strip putting out a lot of damage there. Gonna probably force On the Wind back, who now doesn't have a teleport to return to lane. And this is looking very good right here for Sharkbait.
Yeah. That
And Devout Milk is gonna face check a Dum taking a lot of damage from that Monkey King.
Yeah, Mouse not able to go in because Vivaret is right there. They've got a pretty good setup here in order to take this dragon.
But they're gonna go for some recalls instead.
Yeah,
Actually, I believe that Nar getting his teleport canceled was probably the best thing for Thomas the Dank Engine. With Thrifty so low, they could have easily made that into a very bad call. They made that
He
bad.
could have recalled and came back with teleport.
yeah, he just used his teleport a little bit ago to get back to mid, and he could have instead used that to get into a fight. Also, it's an Anivia. He doesn't really care if he goes down in a fight, because as long as your team's still fighting, you're gonna come back up. Oh,
Yeah, but that's a
good
lot
wall.
of time to not be dealing damage. But somehow, this is actually going good for Dankers, and Devout Milk is going to get his first kill of the match.
something I want to point out there.
Oh, but here comes a big flank out the backline. Master going right on a Thrifty sent by Milo. Vivorek getting an easy kill on the developed mouth. And a nice jump over the wall from Dubdrum. Thrifty is Agnivian. And Thrifty Senpai gets scrambled by a nice engage from Shark.
Salvo's is in so much danger here now. So that's going to be an ace? A delay? No. Sorry, because Nar is still top because he didn't have that teleport.
A 0 for 4 traded for Dragon, but that turns this into a 3,500 gold lead in 15 minutes.
That's a lot this early.
That is a lot.
So what I was going to point out was that Development did flash, try to get over the Anivia wall, and he flashed on top of the Anivia wall, and he was CC'd in it. He was literally in the wall and couldn't move.
That is no bueno. Yeah, Sharkbait doing exactly what we said they needed to do in the pregame here. You know, they are taking advantage of Anivia's weakness early, forcing good fights, and really a huge lead they pulled out of that last one. Now Dank Engine looking to climb out of a hole yet again, and a bit earlier than in game 1.
Did you see multiple people rotating up to top lane here? Looks like they're going to use that Sivir. Oh, actually, they're going to engage on Milk here.
And Milk being forced out of this fight. Nar is going Mega, gets a little bit of a slow with the rocks, but now he's in danger of being stunned, and he's everyone towards his tower, but he gets no stuns off. Now On the Wind has to flash out of this one.
Oh, I don't like that at all. He should have thrown him into the wall. You were already 2v3. It would have guaranteed stuns and just not put them closer to your already low jungler.
Oh, wow.
Crap.
Oh, the greed. And Development's going to jump up, but this should be an easy tower for Sharkbait. No, On the Wind is teleporting in. Is this a suicide mission? He's going to try to get a kill on Dubdrum, and a nice exhaust on a Devout Melt. Now both members of TDE taking very low. Dubdrum running circles around Devout Melt, who is now just trying to waste time.
I don't know what that teleport was.
Oh!
This should not be happening. He should not have gotten
This is
killed
some
there.
disrespect right here.
Boomerang? No, he doesn't have mana.
Good Q? W?
Melt's gonna
Oh
jump
my
out,
god.
And here comes another teleport.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
That was... This is the Baddie League, folks.
So not only was Dubdrum going back in there at that low health, not only did it allow himself to get killed, he was the farthest person away. And also that is what let Melk get out of there. If he had not gone in, oh.
But despite all that, gold lead up to 4.5k for Sharkbait. You now really have the playbook open for them for what they want to start doing with this map. My vote for what they're going to do next is nothing.
Yeah, I feel like
But I
this
hope
is...
I'm wrong.
I feel like this has been the case time and time again in the Baddie League, is like these extraordinary gold leads early on, around like that 12-15 minute mark, and nothing happens.
Yeah, they've got to use this to their advantage, shove something in, they can win these fights.
Gameplay is so bad, even Albino Joe's laughing at it. And nice wall, gonna get a good little chunk on the Bill Destiny. He's got to jump out of this one.
We do have Yasuo all the way top, no teleport.
Yeah, but he's in a very good position to force himself on that second tower.
Oh, this might get very bad. On the Wind is going back right now away from this, and Yasuo's teleport is almost up. So looking very good for Sharkbait right now.
Yeah, nothing created with that mana advantage. And now Sharkbait are in good position. 55 seconds until this next dragon respawn.
Yeah, and Yasuo's actually just walking down.
I
No,
feel
it's-
like if Thomas the Dank Engine wanted to, they could just give this dragon up. This is a 5k gold lead. This is a lot.
Yeah, Yasuo
They could give this.
is
the-
up, so
Oh, go on.
But there's
Alright.
Anivia
Yeah.
and the choke points. There
Yasuo
goes.
is up, and on the wins is not. So right now, honestly, his best bet is to just stay top, keep shoving that. Don't let Nar walk down here. And there's Narbar wasted actually right now.
What is Sharkbait HooHa actually gonna do with this advantage? They're gonna try and push, and then they're gonna try and push on this Anivia. It is very difficult to push on that Anivia until you start cracking that base open.
Yeah, they're going to need to either be decisive with tower dives, or they're going to need to split push this one out. And they definitely have the chance to do either.
I feel like the split push situation is actually going to be pretty difficult, considering the double teleport strategy that.
But while this is going on,
Oh.
Dunkram going in. He gets jumped out very early in this fight. Salvo going to finally pick up a kill for himself, but he's exhausted and in a lot of danger. But he's getting a nice turn. Failed Destiny has to flash defensively, and somehow I think Thomas the Tank is actually winning this fight. Now Salvo jumps over the wall. He gets a shutdown on Iroh Hibbs. A 1-for-2, both smites down. But Madam Strip is coming from a flank, and he looks like he wants blood.
Yeah, they can re-engage on this. They are a lot of. They're all at half health.
And now on
Literally
the
all
win,
of
he's
them.
going to get the ult on the Vivaret. Vivaret jumped out. Vivaret goes down to on the win. It's just Madam Strip trying to stop the dragon. I don't think he'll be able to.
I wish you could see my face in that Nar ult into Nivea stun because holy shit, he never had a chance. That was great. Fucking Nar ult is such a great ult.
Yeah, it was. And it was very well placed by On the Wins. So that's going to cut a little bit off of this gold lead.
Yeah, nice play by them, picking up 3 kills overall, and that dragon. Failed Destiny once again getting walled off here, and surprisingly they're not able to get any damage on him. They're a little bit more worried about getting this blue buff to Thrifty Senpai right now, so he can constantly just push back.
Yeah, Nivea probably one of the most important champions in the entire game to have blue buff on. Especially when he's not going with the Chalice of Harmony builds.
Yeah, if you're not going Chalice, you need every single blue buff.
Now these top laners look like they might want to fight. Because Devout Mouth is in the neighborhood, and Madam Strip's going to have a nice early flash. He's under a tower, should be feeling pretty safe here. A lot of
Like they're
bodies
coming.
coming up towards his top lane, though. This could turn into a fight.
Meganar was just burned. These guys are probably not going to want to fight. Oh, but On the Wind decides, yeah, he does.
And Otherwin actually jumps over that wall, but no one there to back him up.
Hey, Chris, can you give me your game time?
23, 16, 17.
Okay, I thought you might have been ahead of me for a second there. We had a weird bug last week where one of the casters, Spectator, at live was like 3 seconds ahead of the other.
Yeah, I think I was in one of those.
Oh yeah, you were casting last week.
So Anemia with a decent amount of damage right now, with his full combo, able to deal half damage even to the tanky Braum, who is building MR first.
That is very scary to let somebody like Thrifty Senpai scale up on a champion.
Yeah, Anivia is very scary going into mid game, both because of her late wave clear and it's so hard to push on her, and also because if you get that slow on you for any reason, that E just hits so hard.
You know, guys, I just figured something out. We talked about all the reasons why they might have picked that Anivia. They might have just assumed that Sharkbait literally could never win versus someone with as much wave clear as Anivia.
And that might be
Is
true.
that a possibility? Could
Yeah.
we see like a game where Dank Engine goes down 100k, but they manage to hold their Nexus and we have a 4.5-hour game before the Riot servers crash?
Is that when they crash? 4.5?
I'm making that up.
Oh, and
here
an ult on the
Vivaret,
Vivaret.
he's getting this. No! Oh, Mount with the plays.
That's what I want to fucking see from a goddamn Lee Sin jungle. God, yes.
That's that Lee Sin mastery.
Develop Milk, I love the enthusiasm, but you're still 4K down, my man. Take some objectives before you start getting too excited here.
But
You know,
go ahead.
But that is all of the wave clear down. But Dank Engine look very scared to do any kind of sieging here.
It's not all the wave clear down. They have Sivir still. She's very good at clearing waves.
Yeah, and it's looking like she's good enough to hold this tower. Viveret's going to be back just about when this next wave hits the tower. And 50% by actually fairly low after all of this is said and done. And Dank Engine's going to spread back out. They've got nice waves pushing in both of the side lanes. So that frees them up for a good recall if they want it. We're on the wind going to accelerate this top lane, force somebody to come up and match him.
So we are going to see both pushes just reset. Everyone's going back right now. Dragon coming up in a minute and a half. Everyone get ready for that. Viveret does get a Q on him, but luckily Devout Milk does not fall into Lee Syndrome, because that would have killed him for sure. On the wind, about to go Mega up here.
all teleports are up on the map too for this dragon fight approaching in a minute 15.
Yeah, not many wards going over there right now, so I do expect to see those get placed in the next minute as everyone gets ready to fight over this.
Alright, so looking at some of these items while we have a chance, Thrifty Senpai just went with the Haunting Guise, which I kind of want to talk about since we don't see much of Nivea. Assuming he's going to go into the super scary mask with that one. That is a build where his damage is very reliant on the ultimate, where if he has a good ult that disrupts a fight, he's going to just shred Sharkbait to pieces. And that early magic play is also going to give him a nice power spike right now that should be impactful in this dragon fight. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and if we see another, even though they're down 4K, if we see another fight like the last one, with very good kiting from Salvo and the double stun onto the important target. So as long as we see a good team fight, I mean, TDE can easily still win this dragon fight. But if they can actually get one of those multi-man ults off from either Dubdrum or Destiny, it should be one for Sharkbait.
Yeah.
Adam Stripe is approaching the tower.
But Dragon is up on the wind in very good mega positioning. And it looks like they're going for this fight. That Madam Strip is teleporting onto the flank. And now here comes a great coming on Dubdrum. A three-man knockup. 50 Senpai doing what he can, but it will not be enough. That is an instant 0 for 3 in favor of Sharkbait. And they're going to mop up the Bout Milk as well. 2 double kills for Vivaret and Madam Strip. And that's going to be a free dragon they can take after.
That's how you wombo combo, boys. Very good teleport in from him. They were in a great position for that, completely surrounding them. Narbar was almost up there, and he did hit Mega Nar before the end of that fight. And he actually got to ult, but it didn't even stun anybody, so that fight just destroyed them.
And they're going straight on to Baron, which there is no sight up anywhere near from Dank Engine.
Even if Dank Engine did have sight, there wouldn't be anything that they would be able to do about this.
They did force Dubdrum kind of out on the wind, going in for a teleport, but he's going to cancel that.
That was very close to being stolen, actually, because Hibbs was the one who ended up getting that. And Anivia did have her Q rolling in there.
So one player I want to talk about, since we haven't been showing him much love lately, Dubdrum has been phenomenal in both of these games, in my opinion. He has had so many super impactful Cyclones.
Yeah, he's been on point for sure. His ganks have been just overall better than Melk's for sure.
And it just feels like so many of these fights, Dank Engine thinks they have a fight they want, and suddenly a Wukong is ulting out of stealth and saying,
Yeah, he's been in the right place at the right time, and I don't know if that's just his jungle sense or if that's his team making the right calls or what, but whatever it is, it's working out well for him. And actually, Stripes is going on Melk with the ult. And he's getting taken under half, but the ult should save him here.
Oh, and now a big fight going down. Taco just gets blown up. Now Madam Strip finally gets the kill as well. And this should be a really good position to siege for Sharkbait. That was one of those really tough to follow spectator fights.
Yeah, jumping all over.
Zoning in. Ozma's going to try to ult, but it's not going to do anything to slow this down. And that Thrifty Senpai ultimate's going to really do nothing.
I'm glad we're actually seeing them do something with this lead this game. Like, they're definitely, you know, actually pushing their advantage. They're hitting this tower when they're safe.
Some of them are hitting this tower. Iroh hit,
but it's better than last game.
No, AD carry, that is his job, is to hit the towers. The only reason an AD carry has been in the meta for all of time is to hit the towers. And Iroh hit doesn't do that. Ever.
Iroh hits the...
bad, because he does so many other things well. His lane phase is a little subpar, and he never touches the towers on a siege. But he does everything else you need an AD carry to do. If you could just, you're gonna have a little attack cursor go up, and then you can left click on that tower, and you'll just walk up and throw a boomerang at it. And you'll throw another boomerang at it. Just do that, please. I need this.
Especially on the Sivir, who can, you know, it's so safe for her to go up there because of that spell shield. Obviously, if the whole team's there, it's not, but she's safer than most other AD carries with that spell shield.
I feel if
Oh, Salvo does an awful dash in and dies like a bitch.
Yeah, bad call there. They had no sight on any of them. And they just dashes in and it gets killed.
If Sharkbait HooHa can crack that base open, I feel like that opens up a lot of vulnerabilities for this Anivia pick. Oh. Just more fighting.
In the meantime, Viverite gonna try to pick up a kill before dying, but Thrifty Senpai going to get the kill on the tail end of that. I think that was the Leandry's passive.
Yeah, he did have the mask going for quite a long time on him. There was an
Otherwin coming in for a flank here. No, sorry, that's Thrifty Senpai with the flank. Forces an immediate flash out of Iroh Hibbs, but he's going for this chase. But he has no spell. And Saku! Oh, that was a bad flash. And now Thrifty Senpai is forced into the egg. This is not good for Danka to give up 2 kills on a 3v2 that they picked. Although Thrifty Senpai trying to do something on the tail end of this.
That was
oh my god. But he gets the auto kill.
Does Selva play Graves? Does he play Graves?
He plays it enough.
Does he just play Trist and Jinx?
No, he does play Graves, not nearly as much. It's not.
Okay.
It's not on the same caliber as his Jinx for sure.
I obviously.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's Selva's problem. He's told me he's been playing insanely well, some of the best league of his career lately. He's been playing a lot of solo queue. He's probably been playing a lot of Jinx. Maybe he hasn't been playing any other champions.
What did Salvo say when he came in to play solo queue with you, Tree? Like he had like just lost like 10 games in a row or something.
I don't remember. That sounds like Salvo though.
Salvo and I share a lot of the same qualities.
No, Salvo's actually had some pretty high highs over his career. We're still waiting for that out of you.
Trying.
But just overall for that last fight, if you want to call it that, very good kiting by Hibbs there, like the entire time. Just perfect.
Teleport coming out of Madam Strip. I think they're going to chase, but you can't chase through a wall.
So some
Dragon started up. Destiny getting a lot of zoning out. And there comes On the Hunt. Dragon giving up, but a nice Glacial Fissure is going to knock him a few and really disrupt this fight because Thrifty Senpai is dead. And Salvo was at the front of it thinking Salvo gets knocked up.
Why?
Commit to it. Oh, and nicely kick. It's not going to save Salvo. And double kill for Viverette.
Another fight where Salvo jumps into the front of the fray.
Is this Wild Turtle?
This is not over. Jump Club keeps going forwards. Sharkbait are going to mop up. They're going to nearly pick up the ace, and they're chasing. Their one fell away. The laser. The double kill. Vivaret. They're taking an inhibitor before 40 minutes.
This could be game.
Right
This is
now.
game. Right here. A 35-minute game?
10
SBL?
seconds before
Playoffs?
Thrifty and Salvo.
What?
We've got this first
It's
tower
not Garrett.
falling
It's not
down.
game. They're just gonna
They've
get tower.
got this second tower falling.
No way.
I don't
No,
think the
but-
Dank Engine can finish.
Oh, God.
Anything to save this.
They
They're
need you.
going on the next hit. The
Oh
next hit
my
is down.
god.
Oh my god.
35-minute game. It is possible.
That was wonderful. That was great League of Legends. They finished. I'm so proud of them. And unlike last week, we see Dank Engine down 0-2 because Sharkbait are actually playing the game very well in these two games. And
Yeah.
TDE have to be legitimately scared going into this game 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it took them that first win. Maybe it took them all of last week to realize that, like, God damn it, like, they can do something with those leads, and they did that game finally, and we got to be an under 40-minute game for once.
All right, so we are going to take our quick 3-minute break here, give these teams a chance to get everything set in their lobby, and then we will be back with game